Hey there, welcome to Jonathan's Art Journey. I'm Jonathan, and today I'm going to show you some line exercises I've done and talk about why I think they're helpful, what I got out of them, and how to make them not incredibly boring, hopefully. So let's get into it. So why line drills? If you really think about it, at the most basic, root, deconstructed, fundamental level, all 2D art is just repeatedly putting marks where you want them. And doing line drills is a way to sort of distill that one aspect down to its most basic form and then practice that. It takes out all the other concerns and hopefully just lets you improve it faster than if you were practicing putting the lines where you want by actually drawing stuff. So the ultimate goal with this sort of thing is just to be able to make one line, put your pen down wherever you want and then move it and have it be exactly what you wanted the first time. A lot of people call this muscle memory. I think what people actually mean when they say that is it's almost like the muscles sort of know what to do by themselves. So it's automatic, it's thoughtless, it's natural because you've done it so many times, you don't really need to consciously think about it. And once you gain the ability to do that, once these actions are automatic, it stops being a barrier for whatever you're trying to do. So if you're doing a drawing and you have this automatic ability to put a line where you want it, then all you need to think about is everything else. But it's just that one step to make it easier, and it makes it so much faster. And just because it's repetitive doesn't mean it has to be boring. So you can add interest by switching up which specific exercise you're doing. There are quite a few to choose from that do similar things but in a different way. You can change the parameters of the exercise. Like here, I changed my brush to randomize the hue within a certain range, so I can look at just dangle some bright colors in front of myself while I'm doing it. Or you could just sort of change your mindset about it. It reminds me of this quote that I saw on a Discord server. It was from a book on the life of Miyamoto Musashi, who was a legendary Japanese swordsman back in, I think, the 1600s. And it's talking about the importance of kata, which are repeated movements to practice a certain thing, like a repeated set of cuts. And the important part of the quote is repetition of the same movements is not identical repetition. So every time you make that straight line, it's different to the last time. It might go straight, it might wiggle in a certain different place, it might be fast or slow. And if you can focus on those tiny differences, it almost becomes meditative, like it's almost mindful drawing, being completely in the moment and just doing the simplest of drawing actions. Very, very, very zen. Now, obviously, this shouldn't be the only thing that you're doing. It's, being able to cut your vegetables evenly and quickly is pretty useless if you're not cooking anything. But if you want to be able to cut those vegetables good, you just pull out a sack of carrots and start going at it. If you're having trouble with the line, just try doing some of these exercises for about 10 to 15 minutes a day before moving on to your real drawing, and I guarantee you'll see some improvement. I hope that gives you some useful ideas on how to make your lines better and the values of repetitive practice. It's not boring if you don't make it boring. And if you want to stick around and hear more, there'll be more stuff like this coming out fairly regularly on the channel here, so hit all those buttons you're supposed to tell people to hit, and I'll see you next time.